What's up, guys? It's Kyler, and we are here. Happy New Year. We hope you had a wonderful time celebrating. And now we get to start a brand new year-long series called the One Story Plan. And we are going to be looking at this big roadmap, okay? We're going on a road trip through the entire Bible, looking at each week a story that helps us understand who God is and where we are in the Bible, so that we can figure out how did we all get to where we are today and where we are going. And so when you go on a road trip, there's something that you need before you pack, before you get in the car or go somewhere, before maybe even you as a family decide to go. And what you need is a destination. And in our big story today, we go all the way back to the very beginning. If you look on the map that we have, it'll be on your screen. There is an X. And if you've ever done a treasure map before, X marks the spot. And so we know where we're going. And this X represents God's eternal glory, that we'll be with him forever. And you'll even see a little arrow that says, "You are here." That's where we are in this big story. But on the bottom left, this is where we're going to start, and it is our construction zone. Now, if you've ever read the Bible before, or maybe you've heard some of the stories, you may know that the very first thing in the Bible it's the book of Genesis, and it talks about creation. And so that's where we're going to start. The very first construction zone ever is creation. And even the first four words in the Bible is in the beginning, God. In the beginning, God. God existed before time even started. God created time. And so we are going to look at the days of creation and try to figure out, what does this tell us about God? And what does this tell us about who we are, or maybe our purpose? And so here we go. We're going to start with day one. So day one, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. It was formless and empty, and the Spirit of the Lord hovered over the depths of the earth. But he created light. God created light, and he separated light and darkness. And it says the first day, evening came and morning came, and the sign of the first day. So on day number one, God created light, and he saw that it was good. He saw that it was good. This is a phrase that's going to keep coming up every day. And so then in day two, God created the sky. He created the separation between earth and heaven, and he created the sky. And the sky is cool because if you were to look at the sky, you know it's there, but sometimes it's hard to figure out where the sky starts and where it ends before it gets into space. It's huge. It's gigantic. The sky is humongous. Okay, it's huge. But he saw that it was good. And then on day three, we start to see what we see today. He created dry land and seas and plants and trees. And he saw that it was good. Now that kind of reminds us of like what we see today. Like what Earth is like. There's dry land, there's seas, there's plants, there's trees. But he wasn't done creating. So then on day four, we see that God created the sun, the moon, and the stars. And God saw that it was, guess what? Good. The sun, moon, and stars, which is super. God created not just, he created such like small things, but he created huge things as well. Things that we see even today, like the sun, the moon, and even in outer space, stars. And we know that the outer space is expanding still. That's what scientists say. It's still expanding. God is a big God. He creates big things. And then we have day number 5. And in day number 5, we see God create creatures in the sea and animals that fly, like birds. And so if you've ever, even think about these kind of animals that God created, just in the sea and just things that fly. Things like dolphins and seahorses and lobsters. These things are all in the sea. And then things that fly, like birds or or like a bald eagle, or maybe even a cardinal, or maybe a bluebird, or a duck, or anything like that. These are things that we see still, and God created them. All right, so then in day 6, we start to see God create creatures on land, like land animals, like cows and donkeys and llamas and dogs and cats and hamsters and things like that. But he didn't just do that. He also created something you and I know really well. Humans. God created humans. So he created all these land animals, and then he created humans. And it says that he created humans in the image of God. God even says, let's create them, humans, in our image. God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Let's create them in our image. And so then he blessed us too. He says, be fruitful and multiply. And he gives us dominion and reign over all of creation, all the things that God has made that is on land and earth. He gives us reign over. And so day 7, he's done creating. He created all of it. So what he does is he blessed it, and he declares it as holy, set apart. And God rests. He looked at everything that he had made, and he saw that it was very good. And so those are all the 7 days of creation. But it makes me think, what does this tell us about God? Who is God? Well, God is a creator. God created. He's the greatest creator. He created everything that we see. But he also, what we can also learn is that he created everything on purpose and perfect. Like, God didn't accidentally make something. He wasn't trying to make a hippopotamus and made a rhinoceros. He didn't do anything on accident. Everything that he made on purpose, and he made it perfect. And just like a road trip, right? Whenever you make a plan, usually in your mind, you think it's perfect. Like, there's going to be no issues. But if you've ever been on a road trip, sometimes things get in the way of your road trip, whether it's a detour or maybe traffic or plans change. Things get in the way, which we'll learn more about next week. And so, thanks for joining us for the first week of 2022. That's crazy. Have a great day. We'll see you next week. See ya.